The budget of the DNR for the year 2019 would be 24.17 billion pesos, and this would be allocated to different programs such as the deforestation program, wherein it will serve as a national strategy to ensure food security, poverty reduction, environmental stability, and biodiversity conservation. It is also a mechanism for climate change mitigation, for it enhances the country's forest stock to absorb carbon dioxide. Next would be Enhanced Biodiversity Conservation Program and Ecosystem Research and Development. This would be very helpful, for this will provide us a better system and solutions to apply for the declining number of forests in our country. The third would be Rehabilitation Program. This includes water or bodies of water rehabilitation such as the Manila Bay, Ilog Pasigs, and other significant rivers in our country. Also, it will include mountains and forests that were devastated or affected by the inhumane activities such as the kayingin or the illegal logging of trees and illegal minings. Last would be the Solid Waste Management Program. This program would thoroughly promote the famous 3R principle and provide workshops and seminars to area where waste is are rampant, and this would also aim to reduce the level of flood in low-lying areas, for we believe that the causes of floods are the clogged drainages that contain wastes.
So the DNR budget for the year 2017 was 28.618 billion. This is to protect the environment and improve the lives of marginalized communities in the Philippines. So this attributed to the agency poverty alleviation programs that put priority to massive reforestation and climate change. 3.37 billion is allotted for the DNR Two-Line Bureau, which is the Environmental Management Bureau, with 2.2 billion for solid waste management, clean water, and clean air projects, and Mines and Geoscience Bureau with 1.15 billion to strengthen the mining regulation services and geohazard assessment and mapping. This also included 1.59 billion allotment for the DNR attached agencies, the National Mapping Resource and Information Authority, with 1.37 billion and 394 million for which will be used for the government unified mapping projects, and 129 million for national water resource to implement its two major projects, the comprehensive water resource assessment in major river basin and establishment of monitoring station in water-constrained cities. And last is the Palawan Council for Sustainable Development would also receive a budget worth 92 million for the preservation of the island ecotourism spots, and there are other projects of DNR, which is the DNR budget is
Benefits of reforestation. First is protecting species. In addition to the climate benefits, reforestation has the potential to preserve endangered species. Next is erosion and watersheds. Deforestation damages and destroy habitats through erosion. Forest restoration can reverse the damage done by erosion. Next is Earth's forests could soak up extra carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, which will stimulate photosynthesis, which will mean extra growth. Enhanced biodiversity conservation. First, the biodiversity provides us with food, fiber, and fuel. This is mainly contributed by the biodiversity such as forests, where food substances, including fruits and other substances, are sources of food obtained from forests. Next is another provision good obtained from biodiversity is the ability of genetic resources. These are resources used in breeding of plants and animals, thus acquiring more populations emerging due to improved population of species in both plants and animals. Lastly, our biodiversity also ensures provision services through provision of fresh water to human beings and living organisms. This is mainly obtained from freshwater lakes and the well-maintained conserved forests. Ecosystems research and development. The capacity of wetlands, rivers, streams, and lakes to remove or immobilize pollutants is essential to the provision of clean water for multiple uses and decreases cost of wastewater treatment based on technological solutions only. Outdoor recreation services are one of the most immediate perceived benefits of ecosystems to people. Rehabilitation Program. The agricultural sector has much to benefit from the National Greening Program, as the latter would substantially improve the water yield of watersheds, thereby ensuring the supply of water to integrate farmlands. At the same time, Environment and Natural Resources Secretary Ramon J. Paje said that additional areas will be made available to high-value crops through agroforestry to enable farmers earn additional income. Solid Waste Management Program. First, it keeps the environment clean and fresh. The greatest advantage of waste management is keeping the environment fresh and clean. The waste disposal units also make the people go disease-free. Next is, it saves the earth and conserves energy. The characteristic of waste management includes specifically the recycling aspect. As a recycling aspect, it helps the waste it helps us in reducing the cutting down of trees. This cutting of trees is mainly done for the production of paper. Lastly, it reduces the environmental pollution. As explained above, waste management, if done in a proper manner, and not only eliminates the surrounding waste, but also will reduce the intensity of the greenhouse gases like methane, carbon monoxide, which is emitted from the waste accumulated.
So the disadvantage of reforestation is first, a forest does not grow from one year to the next. It takes decades for a forest to develop out of a plantation of trees. In this time span, all disadvantages can usually adopt and turn into advantages. So disadvantages in truth, in reality, there aren't any, not in the long term. And then for the disadvantage of enhanced biodiversity conservation, perhaps the current wildlife conservation actions are doing more harm than good, or that they are favoring certain plant or animal species over that of others. For example, the invertebrates are considered the most important animals in most ecosystems, yet how often do you hear about policy or conservation of invertebrates? The cute and cuddly comes first, which may actually be disadvantageous for the ecosystem. And the disadvantage in studies of ecosystem research and development includes the lack of a definite purpose for the valuation of ecosystem services, improper emphasis of valuation studies, stifled application of the contingent valuation method, weak power of research panels in the field, and the absence of the participation of government officials. And for the last one, solid waste management program disadvantages. The process is not always cost effective. Second, the resultant product has a short life, and the waste management can cause more problems.